What's up, guys? We are Melissa and Jesse from Adventure Endeavor. This is Blue right here and Zamboni right next to him. And we are doing a long travel day today. So we wanted to take some of your questions from Instagram and answer them.
It's a good way to kind of kill the time, let the day go by. So we will be posting these directly to Instagram, and then later on we're putting them all into this YouTube video that you're watching right now. They're going to be RV related, adventure related, I mean, kind of whatever we get.
Yeah.
But before we get started, make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoy this video, which I really think you will because we're going to be answering a lot of questions, give it a thumbs up, guys.
Ding ding. So first question is, what is your source of income on the road and your occupations? I am a project coordinator. I've been working for the same company for the past 5 years, remotely for the past year and a half since we started traveling. And Jesse...
I guess I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
I manage our social media, and then as well, combined, we do writing on the side and photography on the side, and
yeah, so freelance.
Freelance.
That's what that's called.
Freelance. See, I say that I try to do our social media.
You do. You're learning. He's learning every day. It's a lot to know. So yeah, we do freelance writing and freelance photography on the side to make a little bit of supplemental income. You know, we make a little bit of money through our YouTube channel.
And then also we do have a rental property back home that we make a little bit of money from. It's not like a cash cow or anything, but it's nice.
Yeah, so that helps out a little bit as well. So definitely, if this is a kind of lifestyle that you're looking towards, I would definitely say that you want to shoot for multiple streams of income.
Yeah, never rely on one.
Right. I mean, multiple streams of income are always a good idea, even if you're living a stationary life. It's definitely a good idea to try to have multiple streams of income and never rely on any one thing, you know, in case something falls through for one reason or another, in case you want to switch something up. So, yeah.
Question number 2 is, what is our highlight so far from 2020? I would have to go out and say that the best part of 2020 so far has been friends. We're just gonna put it as friends, and we're gonna give you some explanations to that. So what I mean by that is, the last 3 months we've been caravanning with friends, like around the country, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
But it also goes all the way back to
Escapers Bash 2020 in Lake Havasu. This is the biggest convergence of escapers, RVers, and it is a blast. It's basically like summer camp for adults, and it's just so much fun. They have so many like activities and seminars and like all sorts of fun things to do. So it's a great way to find a community of fellow RVers.
Yeah, and those are the people that we met at the bash that we were caravanning around for the past 3 months. So just all together, friends, RV community, and the caravanning was just amazing.
Alright guys, next question. Where can we rent an RV to travel?
So there are 3 major places: Outdoorsy, Cruise America, and what's the last one? RV Share. So those are the 3 major ones, but as well, you're going to want to check in your local area, because it'll be pretty easy to rent something locally depending on how far range you're going on your trip.
Yeah, search for RV rental near me on Google. Probably one of the best ways, so be sure to check your regional area as well. Next question was, what is the best kind of soundtrack for a road trip? And we would say whatever gets you pumped to get out there.
Whatever gets the blood flowing, you know, whatever gets you moving.
Whatever gets you going.
We really like Country Roads by John Denver and
Traveler by Chris Stapleton.
Country Roads, take me home
to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Country Roads, take me home.
Babe, I keep telling you, you sing so well that we're gonna get pulled from YouTube. Be careful.
Question. So the next question is, if you could RV to one place you haven't visited yet, where would it be? Definitely a toss-up, actually, between Michigan in the summertime, of course, and Alaska also in the summertime, obviously.
And I would have to say, sorry, Michigan. If I had to choose one, it would be Alaska. I have wanted to go to Alaska for a very long time. We did a cruise to Alaska for my 30th birthday, and ever since then I was just like, I really want to drive to Alaska and take my time and really explore.
Yeah, Alaska is huge. You can spend like 6 months or longer there even before the snow chases you out. When we went on the cruise, we were just in the what is it called? Inside Passage? Yeah, just in the Inside Passage, which is the very like lower portion that kind of borders British Columbia.
So we didn't even see, we barely touched the tip.
We literally didn't even get to mainland Alaska, and it was a 7-day cruise.
So, great question, guys.
Yeah. Okay, next question is, be honest, who got on whose nerves first?
I definitely got on her nerves, always. You could say first, you could just say always.
Or you could just say always.
I always get on her nerves because I like to tease her. That's what our relationship is founded upon. It's this teetering tower of blocks of teasing, and you know, someday it might crumble. I don't know.
I think I would say it's crumbled a few times now since we've been together for the past 10 years.
But that's also one of my favorite things about our relationship is that we just like tease each other a lot, and it's fun. But in all seriousness,
yeah, you said that right.
Seriousness is
good job.
RV living can be difficult. I noticed that I definitely didn't tease her quite as much in the beginning. I kind of backed off just because I noticed that she was struggling with a few things, like, you know, maybe a little bit of loneliness, just a lot of different change. It was the first time we lived together. It was in our RV. We weren't in our house anymore. So all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I backed off until I noticed she was starting to get more comfortable with the whole, I don't want to call it situation, but the whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then it got better.
Exactly. And we actually, we lived together for, wait, let me count, 6 years before we started RVing, but it was our first time living together by ourselves, just the two of us. And then, you know, we left our hometown of 30 plus years for the first time, for the longest time we had ever been away, you know, left our support system and our community there. I was adjusting to working remotely and, you know, trying to travel and enjoy everything, but also, you know, prioritize work at the same time. So that was a difficult balance to adjust to in the beginning. But it's just like any other major change in life. You know, it throws you off for a while, and then you settle into it and you figure out how to readjust and make it work, and
it's great now.
Communicate and maybe don't over communicate. It's great.
These long travel days are a murder to my eardrums.
Take me home. All right, next question is, what was the catalyst for trying out this lifestyle and who pushed for it?
That's where it all started.
This is a very long, complex, multi-layered answer. So basically, we had always loved road trips.
Loved car camping, backpacking, all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Exploring in multiple capacities, and we kind of always wondered what it would be like to travel full time. We
were hardcore weekend warriors.
Yes.
Like hardcore.
Yes.
Then basically we survived mass shooting in Las Vegas, known as the Route 91 Harvest Festival. We were ground zero. We saw a lot of stuff that you're not supposed to see. We experienced a lot of stuff you're not supposed to see. After about a year and a half of grieving, depression, trying to deal with what we had gone through, eventually I pushed the lifestyle, and I was like, hey, we should do this. Like, you know, you only live once. We should go towards what we think we want, like try it. And now that we're here, it's great.
Yeah, it was hard in the beginning just to make that adjustment, as we kind of mentioned before, but now that we've adjusted, it's amazing. I mean, there's so much of the world to see, and we knew we were never going to see all of it just by staying in our hometown.
Yeah, I would say that it's unfortunate that it took something like that for us to chase our dreams, but guys, I'm looking at you right now. You can do this lifestyle. Anyone can do this lifestyle. It's not that hard. You have to make smart decisions, make some sacrifices, and then you can be here doing what we're doing. Like, there's nothing special about us. We just took that chance and we just made it happen.
Yeah, we didn't let our fear stop us. I mean, I almost let my fear stop us, but Jesse pushed us through it, and I am forever grateful because now we're living this amazing lifestyle.
You're welcome, babe.
Do you ever feel the desire to stop and move into a house, or are you always happy with this lifestyle?
For me, I feel as though I'm going to be pretty happy with this lifestyle probably for the next 5 years. It's just there's too much to see, too much to do. I like to change the scenery. And we do own a house in California that we rent out as well. But yeah, I'm pretty content for the time being.
Yeah, we don't really have much of a desire to move back into our house. We are always looking for real estate opportunities in different places in case we eventually do want to settle down somewhere else. And I sometimes would like to maybe take a little vacation or take a few days and kind of chill in an Airbnb. But for now, that's about it. And I would also point out to say, be very careful about saying that we're always happy with it, because always happy is a gross overgeneralization.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's very relative. So
I mean, I think people who live in a normal house are not always happy. You know, the grass is always greener. So
right.
Overall, we're very happy, and there's pros and cons, just like any way of living.
Yeah, I mean, this lifestyle can definitely have its challenges as well. So you know, whatever you choose to live, whatever way you choose to live your life, you just got to make it work for you.
So, the question is, how long should we take to see the highlights of Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park? This is a great question because it's two very popular parks and they're right beside each other. We recently spent a lot of time here, which is great for us to answer this. And we think at a bare minimum, you could probably get away with 1 week to see the highlights of both of the parks. I would recommend, if you can spare the time or if you wanted to make a nice family vacation, to do a week in each location. That'll allow you more time to hike, more time to chill, more time to do some of the water activities. Both parks really do have a lot, but I understand that some people, you know, a week is probably going to be pushing it.
Yeah, especially if you're just on a vacation and if you're not traveling full time, definitely take at least a whole week. And both of these parks are huge, especially Yellowstone. It takes up a lot of square footage. So make sure that you take your time in traveling through.
And we will link our most relevant Yellowstone video because we're going to have a couple of those coming out.
Somebody asked, what is the most memorable place that we have been to so far? And we would have to say that would be White Sands National Park. It was the national monument at the time, and it was so memorable because we got backpacking permits and we went backpacking in the park with all of our gear and camped out under the stars. We tried to get up in the middle of the night to take some star photos because it was so dark out there, but it was so windy that we couldn't set the camera up because it wouldn't hold still long enough, and long exposure shots were not working out. And we were able to take our dogs, which was awesome. So we'll actually put a link to that video that we made of that excursion down in this corner, or maybe that corner, whichever corner it goes in. The next question is a two-part question, which...
A very difficult question.
Yeah.
This one is tough.
What is your favorite national park and your favorite campsite? Our favorite national park is probably Acadia National Park in Maine because it took us by surprise. It's not super crowded and it's really, really beautiful. And there's this cool little town called Bar Harbor.
You mean Bahaba?
Bahaba.
There's tons of carriage roads to ride your bikes. There's a bunch of hikes. But what's kind of cool about this place is a lot of the bike rides and the hikes, they were like kind of short, but there were so many that you were just going and doing like a lot of them. Like they're shorter, but you were doing many of them. And yeah, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, there were beautiful sunsets and sunrises.
Just surprised us, which
Yeah.
is I think the big part of why we love it so much.
Absolutely. I honestly will admit, not really being from the East Coast, not spending much time there, didn't even know that Acadia National Park existed until we got to Maine.
Yeah.
And realized, oh, we need to go there. So
really glad we did. As far as campsite goes, so we try to boondock like 99% of the time, so we don't do a lot of campgrounds, campsites, and our rig is really big, so it's hard to fit in some of them. So if I had to say, I think it would be Austin Lone Star RV Resort in Austin. It was really cool for a lot of reasons. The facilities were just super nice. They had a dog park, a gym, a pool, a spa, and it was really, really close to the downtown area and all the fun stuff that you want to do in Austin.
Mm-hmm. They had showers as well, like that actual bathhouse, which we didn't use, but it's there if you want it. They have a couple of like little cabins that you can rent. There's some pretty big trees there, so there's a good amount of shade, which is always nice for the Texas heat.
They're very nice.
Yeah, and good people, and it's actually also gated, which was fancy. That was a big spend for us.
Yeah,
but
Austin was expensive between that resort and all the barbecue that we ate. It was a pricey week or a couple weeks.
Definitely, but well worth it.
The next question is, do we wish we went dually with our tow rig? This, for us, no, because we already had our Ram. So we had this Ram before we bought a trailer, before we were doing the RV lifestyle. So luckily we bought diesel and we decided to just keep the truck that we have. Also, we use it to go off-roading a lot, exploring. It's our only car, so it's a daily driver. So a dually, I think, would be somewhat inconvenient. If we were gonna drop the money on a new truck, I think I would get a Ram 3500 Mega Cab short bed. That's probably what I would get. It gives us a little more storage in the truck and a little bit more payload capacity.
You'd still go with a short bed? Why is that?
Because off-road life.
Because off-road is life?
8-foot bed is just such a long truck.
That's true.
But we already have this truck, so we're gonna run it for now, and it's been working great.
Okay, next question. What is your favorite boondocking spot?
That's like an impossible question.
That is really an impossible question to answer.
It's a great question, but it's very difficult. I'm gonna just have to go with Arizona in general. I mean, that state has almost everything. I mean, you have high alpine mountains and Flagstaff where you can get up to snow, you can get up 10,000 feet. Then you have just desert sunsets are awesome. We've said it a lot of times, Arizona sunsets are the best.
The next morning.
All right, guys, it is day 2 of our epic cannonball run back to California, and we have a few more questions that have come in overnight. What is the next one? Next one is...
Have you ever seen people traveling full-time with 3 kids?
Yes. It happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time. We were skeptical as well when we first started. We're like, oh, this is like a retirement thing, or like single people that, you know, maybe are single.
Well, single people
that don't want to have kids.
Or young couples that don't have kids yet, or people that don't want to have kids.
But it's not true. We've seen so many families on the road, and
yes,
it's really cool and it's really fun, and they're getting a really good hands-on education.
Yeah, some of our first longtime friends that we met on the road just a month or 2 into our travels are a family of, they were 4 kids at the time, now there's 5 of them. We've met multiple families with 4 kids or more. So check out Full-Time Families. They have an Instagram page, and I'm sure they have a website as well. But if you're curious about full-timing with kids, definitely check out those resources, because there are tons and tons and tons of them out there, and families that get together and they travel together and do meetups and all those sorts of things.
And as well, when we were at the Escapers Annual Bash, they actually had a family section.
Yes.
Where if you had kids, you know, all the families were in one area, so that way all the kids could play and be around all the other kids. So.
Yeah. So if you are curious about joining Escapers, we will drop an affiliate link down below, and it will help us out if you choose to join through our link. And the last question for now, at least, we'll see if we get any more coming through, is what kind of hitch are we running in the truck bed?
So a lot of you probably already know we are running the Anderson Ultimate Connection. The reason we went with this hitch was because we have a short bed pickup, and we hit the cab of our truck. So we needed to push the pin back, and the Anderson gives you anywhere from 4 to I think roughly 9 inches that you can push it back. So it's pushed back, it's lightweight, it's easy to hook up, and so far it's been a great hitch for us. We like it more than our previous hitch, and it solved our short bed issue, so it's been good.
Yeah, so you can actually watch the video right here. We will link it somewhere in one of these
like an installation
corners.
video.
Yeah, when we switched over, and it was very nice. Okay, so we hope you guys had some of your questions answered and you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. It really helps us out. If you have any more questions that we haven't covered, please drop a comment down below and we will get to those in a follow-up video.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this format, what you thought of these questions, and if it seems like everybody likes it, maybe we will do it again on our next long drive. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun for us too, so thank you guys.